Good day, everyone. Good day, Sir Dax Anthony Alanton. We are the Group 1 and we are here to report about the purpose and elements of ICDIS in the safety of navigation and also the familiarization and setting up of ICDIS. Next, we are the Group 1 and these are my group mates. Decadet Fernan Abada, Decadet Shelo Emanuel Abelgas, Decadet Andre Abellana, Decadet Jezreel Dave Agasa, Decadet Percal Zaliago, Decadet John Dave Baginsi, and Decadet Buliosus Dave Anthony. So the next slide will be reported by my group mate, Mr. Fernan Abada.
Yes, so this Cadet Mr. Agasa. So, what is XD? XD, the Electron Chart Display and Information System, is a development and navigational chart system used in naval vessels and ships. With the use of the electronic chart system, it has become easier for ships navigating crew to pinpoint locations and attain direction. Next slide will report by Cadet Abelgas.
Thank you, Decadet Abada. So, next will be the purpose and element of ICDIS in the safety of navigation. So, the purpose of ICDIS is to replace paper charts altogether and make them obsolete. ICDIS works in conjunction with Marine's display and other technology, including GPS, Global Positioning System, and its compliance with the SOLAS Convention to enhance overall navigational safety procedure. So next will be Andre Abelian.
Thank you, Decadet Abelgas. Now, with the continuation of the purpose of ECDIS. ECDIS is to integrate discrete components into a single navigational display and control system. Another is that it provides continuous position and navigational safety information, and should reduce the navigational workload compared to using the paper chart. It should enable the mariner to execute in a convenient and timely manner all route planning, monitoring, and positioning currently performed on paper charts. Next reporter will be Decadet Agasa.
So, good morning again. So, these are the elements of an ACDIS. The elements that composes an ACDIS are the computer system, including all essential hardware to make it work, a display, software, and of course, IMU compliant electronic navigation chart. For an ACDIS to be considered an ACDIS, it needs to be installed according to the standards and regulation set by the IMO. Installation includes the setups of the computer hardware, the display, and the application software. So next slide will be reported by Mr. Perico Salyago.
Thank you, Decadet Agasa. For the continuation of the report, the hardware of ECDIS. Generally, a computer with graphics capabilities with a higher performance PC, or a graphics workstation installed in a console integrated or linked with other items of ship's equipment. Thus, ECDIS also obtains the course from gyro compass, the rate of turn indicator, the speed through water from ship's speed log. Electronic chart display and information system. Its hardware should be the type approved and comply with the guidelines of the International Electrotechnical Commission. Next slide will be reported by Decadet John Dave.
Thank you, Decadet Pericles Aliago. So we move on to the software of ECDIS. Should be as per IMO performance standards. It consists of the user interface and the so-called ECDIS kernel, a software that makes it possible to read the data and display a chart. This software is also called function library. In addition to the chart picture, the user interface shows buttons and keys for handling the charts. Next slide, which is the data of ECDIS to be discussed by Decadet Dave Anthony Boliosos.
Thank you, Decadet Bagin. So, to continue, the data of ECDIS. ENC, or Electronic Navigational Chart. There are two different types of electronic charts in use with ECDIS, and all navigational officers and marine managers should be aware of their difference and limitations. These type of charts are ENC charts and raster charts. So the next reporter would be Decadet Fernan Abada.
Thank you, Decadet Boliosos. So we move on to the data of ECDIS. So ENC, or Electronic Navigational Chart, also called vector charts. Vector charts are layered with digital information that enables mariners to electronically interrogate features on the charts, such as buoys, navigational marks, traffic separation schemes, and safety contours with detailed information displayed on the user. So that would be all. And the next presenter would be Decadet Abelgas.
So thank you, Decadent Abada. So next, we're gonna continue about the data of ECDIS. Raster Navigational Chart, or RNC, a raster graphics chart that conform to IHO S61 and are produced by converting paper's chart to digital image by scanner. The image is similar to digital camera's pictures, which could be zoomed in more for details information as it does in ENC. IMO resolution MSC 8670 permits ICDIS equipment to operate in a raster chart display system RCDS mode in the absence of ENC. So next will be Andre Avellana.
Thank you, Decadet Abelgas. Now, in today's shipping industry, with the advancement of technology, it is beyond doubt that ICDIS has become the main tool for watchkeeping of officers on board ships. As a result, the masters, the navigation officers, and ship owners should be aware of the benefits of the chart display, the safety setting, and the alarm system of ICDIS. Next will be Decadet Agasa.
So thank you, Cadet Abayana. Why do we need to set up an ACDIS? So ACDIS equipped vessels have been involved in a number of groundings, which may have been avoided had it not been for failures in the setup and use of ACDIS safety settings and alarm systems. So next will be Mr. Pericles Aliago.
Thank you, Cadet Agasa. Next slide is all about how to set up ECDIS. SQE Marine is providing safety, quality, and environmental consulting and training solutions. SQA Marine have prepared a checklist with the aim of providing necessary steps required and ensuring vessels proper ECDIS setup.
So to set up an ECDIS, we need a checklist. And in here is an example. So the first one is the check primary position fixing system is set up correctly and prove the ECDIS is correct by inputting a manual fix into the system. Next is check system time is configured correctly. Third is ensure ECDIS setup is replicated in all ECDIS units. Fourth, ensure navigational tools are configured correctly. Fifth, ensure safety depth and safety contour settings are configured correctly. Sixth, ensure safety system units are configured correctly. Seventh, ensure that all relevant overlays are loaded. Eighth, ensure that area alerts are configured correctly. If the system in use allows alarm configuration. Number 9, ensure that docking mode is configured correctly. And 10, ensure that navigation alarms are configured correctly, including safety frame and anti-grounding cone.
To continue the checklist, we proceed to 11. Ensure that route alarms are configured correctly. 12. Ensure that targets are configured correctly. 13. Ensure that preferred radar is selected. 14. Ensure that vessel data is set up correctly. 15. Ensure that audible alarm is working correctly. 16. Ensure that chart motion, chart orientation, screen layout, color palette, and additional ENC settings are configured correctly. 17. Ensure that correct display setting is available for execution of navigation in accordance with this. Check off cards for pilotage and confined waters and coastal navigation and open ocean. 18. Ensure the correct route is loaded for route monitoring. And lastly, 19. Ensure that correct waypoint and route monitoring information is being displayed.
So that is an example of how to set up an ECDIS. So that would be all for our group. And once again, thank you for your attention. May God bless us all and stay safe.